Afternoon again. That little pile of rocks right there is another thing you'll see, especially when you got guanch or oma in the area. Urine sometime will do a little stack of rocks like that too. Not quite sure what the meaning of it is. I'm assuming it's a type of marker, maybe for a fishing hole or something along those lines. Anybody else got any more information on that? That'd be awesome. But it's something I see quite often. So I kind of wanted to talk about the scent of these things. So a lot of people report that they smell, like skunks, etc., or really nasty, garbagey, like, feces or urine or sweat or blood, etc. So I want to try to break some of that down because there are a couple of factors. Different creatures smell different ways, and sometimes how they smell can tell you whether they're sick or what species they might be. Typically, if you got one that stinks, though, they're either sick, old, or carnivorous, and usually not something you want to be around. For instance, when I was on my turnout and I was dealing with the red-faced people, they always smelled kind of like sweat, urine, and feces, but they always had a fresh blood scent with them. And I'd catch that on the wind and I'd move because I knew they were too close. One that I was around, a guanch male up in Washington, he stank really, 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 really bad. He lived in the backside of a swamp. He was really old. And he smelled like, oh my god. He was the one I told to take a bath. He stank so bad my stomach churned. It soured my stomach to smell him. And I was really close when I found him. I was maybe 10 feet away and he was sleeping in a thicket snoring. So to try to describe that, he smelled like musty swamp water mixed with rotten meat, BO from and sweat, and then just the nasty stank of not, bathing from, urine and feces all over their hair. Oh my god, he really stank. And then some of the other ones I've met that really, really didn't smell good. Oh, looky look, pair ducks. Where are you at there? There you are. So, there was another one that I ran across. It was a Oma male. He was sick. He had a lung issue of some kind of infection, and you could smell the infection. I could always find him by the fact that he had that infection. So that smell was kind of accurate and very much, it smelled like a lung infection. It was discernible. I started leaving him lungwort to try to help him because I noticed he was also gathering lungwort, so he had enough understanding of medicinal herbs to know that lungwort is something to use to cure a lung ailment. And then lastly is the fact that they're females, at least. I'm assuming probably all of them have a scent gland. And it does smell like a skunk scent when they set it off. But I've only ever had a few incidences of that. Either when I was startled a juvenile, I don't know if it were male or female, but it scented and took off. It ran away from me probably a good 3/4 of a mile. And then a female that I know had a young one. And I had taken a friend of mine down into their ravine. And we got way too close to her and the baby. And because my friend was so large, he was 6'5", I think it scared her. So she scented, and it smelled like a skunk. But it was so potent that my friend's eyes watered. Mine didn't, but his did. Maybe it was because he was taller and got a more direct burst. I don't know. But that incited a roar from her mate uphill. And he was probably 200 yards away. So the scenting of a female like a skunk, might be a warning, get the hell away from me, and then, you know, her husband, her mate, will respond with a roar. You don't have to worry too much. You need to get the heck out of the area. But if you start hearing the limbs being broken and crashing downhill, you really need to vacate, and you need to do it in a hurry. So if you get scented at, move away. You're probably way too close to a mother with a baby.